Hello, children. Hope you all are safe and sound at home. Today, in our science class, I have come with chapter 6 Combustion and Flame. Now that we have studied about the fuel or energy sources in the previous chapter, now is the turn of how these fuels are used and where it is used. One of the main purpose is combustion. Now, what is combustion? Combustion is a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat. Is that clear? So, it's a chemical process which releases heat. Sometimes light also is produced. Sometimes light either as a flame or as a glow is also given off during combustion. Now, I would like to ask you, can you name a few fuels used in trade and industries? Or what fuels are used for running automobiles? So, your answer will be as follows: cow dung, wood, coal, charcoal, petrol, diesel, compressed natural gas, that is CNG, etc. Then if you are asked what type of fuel is used at home for cooking, then your answer will be either the cow dung cook, wood, or LPG. So we know all these things or all these fuels are used for burning purpose, and burning is nothing but combustion. So let us study the chemical process of burning and the types of flame produced during this process, because every time combustion takes place, though heat is generated but flame is not produced. In every burning case, flame is not produced. We can take the example of burning of candle and burning of coal. When candle is burning, it produces heat along with the flame. But while coal is burning, coal doesn't produce flame. It glows red, but it doesn't produce flame, but it also produces heat. So, as I had defined, what is combustion? It's a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat. And now, what are combustible substances? In this process of combustion, the substance that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible, that is the fuel. The substance which is energy source, it is considered to be combustible substances. Here is a picture of magnesium ribbon burning in the presence of oxygen, atmospheric oxygen. It produces dazzling bright flame. So you saw that reaction with oxygen produces heat, right? In the case of magnesium ribbon, which is a combustible substance, when it was ignited, magnesium started reacting with atmospheric oxygen, and at the result or at the end, what was produced? Magnesium oxide was produced and heat was generated, and it also produced light. Similarly, almost all the combustible substances during the chemical process or chemical reaction, that is combustion, it produces heat. Now, the substance which doesn't support combustion, they are considered to be non-combustible. The substance that doesn't undergo combustion is called non-combustible substance. Here is the table 6.1. This you have to try, or you have to fill up the table at home. Several materials are listed in the table, and you have to check and tell whether it is combustible or it is non-combustible. Now we will try to find out or investigate the conditions under which combustion takes place. The first and foremost condition which the activity 6.2 is going to explain is the presence of oxygen. Without oxygen, combustion will not take place. This is the most important factor or the condition under which a combustion takes place. In this activity, you can see a candle is taken, which is ignited. You light the candle, and you will find that it's glowing with flame, bright flame. Now you take a glass and cover that candle. You cover that candle, and you will immediately find that the flame will off. It will extinguish within fraction of seconds. As long as the candle was not covered by a glass, the supply of oxygen from the atmosphere was provided to the candle, and so it glowed with the flame. But when the candle was covered with the glass, what happened? The oxygen support was cut off, or oxygen supply was cut off, and whatever oxygen was present inside the glass, it was used up for combustion. And as soon as oxygen exhausted, the flame extinguished. Next is ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. Now, different substances catch fire at different temperature. Ignition temperature of every object is not same. It is different in different substances. You can see a matchstick burns when we rub the chemical of the matchstick with the chemical stuck to the matchbox, and due to this interaction, what happens? Heat is generated and the chemical reaction takes place, and it catches flame, or you can see the chemical reaction which is producing heat and flame. So that is how matchstick catches fire. Wood doesn't catch fire unless and until kerosene oil is put on it and it is ignited. So we find that a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. And that is the reason why you can see that kerosene, which is stored in a container at your home, doesn't catch fire. It only produces flame or heat when it is ignited or the ignition temperature satisfies it. Then only you can find it that it glows with flame or it provides you energy. So, in this statement itself, you have come across the third component or third condition or the third factor of combustion, that is combustible substance. Ignition temperature and oxygen, the substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substance. Many a times when you are going with your parents or when you are on the road, you might have come across heavy vehicles, tankers going in front of you, and at the back it is written danger, inflammable substances, maintain distance. Why? Because it is carrying fuel. And examples of inflammable substances are petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, etc. And that is the reason why the container or the vessels that carry these inflammable substances, they are volatile, means it catches fire quickly, their ignition temperature is very low. So we have studied about combustion. Up till now we have come across about combustion. We have talked about combustible substances and non-combustible substances. We have talked about the three conditions or factors that are essential for combustion. Now we will talk about how to get control on fire.